Got the nose.
The snow's conquered Europe.
From Europe.
Well-traveled nose.
Don't pay attention to it no more.
Hey. Can you hear me? I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. You're just quiet.
Gotcha.
All right, let's I'm gonna go check out the theater.
Alright, I'll be joining you.
Hello.
Hi there.
Yako.
What?
I don't know, I just wanted to say your name very evilly.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Hello, hello.
Howdy, Mr. Leo.
Hey, Lip.
Howdy, Echo.
Hi, Lip.
Hey, sweetheart.
I've been going through some new areas, but all tips
Hey, my love.
and tricks will be very much appreciated.
Yeah, of course. We could talk after the lesson if you'd like.
That sounds wonderful. Thank you.
Mhm.
I'll make my way in.
Of course, make yourself comfortable.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You seem really shy.
Yeah, I don't remember anything. I feel really bad. It's very nice.
Well, I'll ask it.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Mr. Leo.
Hey.
You shave your head.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Thank you.
It suits you. Mr. Leo, there were folks who wanted to talk to you.
Who wanted to talk to me?
White hats, first and foremost. They said that you needed to make contact with them as soon as possible.
Okay. I will do that then.
And somebody else. Mr. Mackwell, would it be okay for you to go inside?
Yeah, if you need to talk privately out here.
Thank you. Mr. George Dune wants to speak to you.
Yeah, I heard he was giving you some trouble.
Oh, he didn't give me no trouble. I was just taken aback by the fact that he was very insistent I am a Castillo.
Well, you're not, so he knows better.
See, someone has equally great fashion sense.
Indeed.
There.
Agatha.
I will go, I'll go deal with the stuff with the Policia.
The third half of
The deputies think that you work at the salon.
I will make sure to rectify that.
Thank you.
Wait, someone talking?
I'm gonna go inside and have that first aid course.
Okay.
Is
you-
it okay if I join in the middle?
No, I was saying I'm
Probably.
I'm the third
I mean,
half
it's not gonna take
Okay.
long. I don't think.
Okay, well,
You guys enjoy
I hope it
yourselves.
won't-
place.
I'll
just
be
gonna
back.
cut it,
Okay. All right. Well, I'll talk to you a bit later.
Yeah, we'll talk later. Off to the sheriff's office I go.
Oh, goodness.
Why do people think that Leo works for the Horseman?
I
Because
don't know
people
what
are
they
dumb.
heard,
Rumors spreading,
apparently
they don't
they-
get the full story, so they start piecing stuff together themselves.
Yeah, exactly. If
I
came
mean,
to,
to be
Lip
honest, no offense, Leo, but you would be the worst employee ever.
Explain.
What does that mean?
The only thing you do in the Horseman is sit in a corner and talk to people.
That's not true.
I mean, he doesn't do Horseman work, right?
Well, I'm not
Yeah,
I'm
no,
a patron.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's not...
If I was working and actually do work, you've seen me work before. I've had my own bar before.
No, I mean, when you work, you do good work. But I don't know. They thought for some reason Leo was like the chief of the security of the Four Horsemen. I don't know. Maybe they mixed up the Four Horsemen, the security from Horsemen, and the Centurion for some reason. I have no idea. I don't know where
Maybe.
where they come up with that shit.
I don't think anyone's home. For the courthouse afterward. Yeah. Nothing.
No one? Okay, let's try the guardhouse, I suppose. Come on, Yako. What is that cat keep doing? Ah, there he is.
Sorry. Demons.
Ah, there you are.
No, you're fine. Someone's
There's
got matching
people at this.
horses.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
We're gonna-
Oh, anyone here? Anyone here? Anyone here?
Still
Alright.
nobody?
Yeah, nobody.
They don't want to talk to you.
Well, I'll send a letter to them.
No.
Telegram.
Yeah. By the way, did you take some time to look into the new opening buildings?
Not yet. I will
Okay.
though.
Okay. Oh, I mean, we can do that after
Mr.
Telegram. if you
Macwell,
Yeah.
want.
just
Wait, what buildings?
The ones on this street.
once
Uh,
you're
the
behind
new
us.
ones
Uh,
in-
very hard to
The ones
So
on
we're
the
right here. Yeah.
Oh shit, I didn't insert archery.
Oh, the Black Cat is on Saturday this time?
Yes.
I'm just gonna hitch my horse up further in town.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Just follow us.
This lesson will only cover the basics.
Oh dear. What the hell is wrong with this wagon?
I don't know.
Ah, there you are. I was wondering where you were.
I am so stealthy.
You are.
Yeah, you were there. Well, so far you didn't scare me, but I didn't see it coming.
You for
The only one who scared me is Nino so
talking
far.
about today.
And Leo sometimes.
Scarlet will go into
I wasn't planning on
Sometimes.
scaring you guys.
treatments and procedures for animal attacks.
Hello. Cougars, wolves, bears, oh my. They honestly are the bane of everybody's existence, am I right? Hello.
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 Welcome,
Well-
welcome. We just got started. Haven't
Perhaps
missed much.
one of the most common injuries that you may come across is people get attacked by animals. It's a lot of wildlife out there, and there's a huge risk that no matter where you go, you might run into something that's going to bite, kick, claw, or hurt you. So, again, some of the more common animal attacks you will see is the bite, claw, and horse kicks. For example, when you are dealing with more of an attack with the claws or with the teeth, for this, you want to determine the severity of the injury. A lot of times it can be pretty severe because the claws and teeth of a cougar are very, very sharp. So you want to pay attention to the bleeding. Like we said before, there are arteries in our body, and when they are nicked, that can be very deadly. It can be very fatal. So we want to keep an eye on what the injury is like. If it's bleeding, like it's squirting out, that's usually meaning that there is an artery nick, and you want to do as much as you can to apply pressure to stop the bleeding if this is the case. One of the things I recommend, which will be in the goodie bags at the end, is using yarrow powder. Yarrow powder is a great way to slow down heavy flow of bleeding. So if you're in a situation where an artery is nicked, slow down the bleeding, try to get them as fast as I can to a doctor so the artery can be properly taken care of. But if one is a bit more fortunate enough and it's more shallow and not bleeding too heavily, the next step that you can take is rinsing out the wound. So you want to make sure you get all the dirt, debris, anything that might get inside of the injury. Because anything that might be left in after you were to like stitch them up, it can risk infection, so on and so forth. So you want to make sure you rinse the injury, and you can do that with a saline rinse, which usually can be found in most tents and medical facilities. After you rinse the wound, you would want to then clean it. You could do so using grain alcohol, but be very careful on using other sort of anti. What's it called? My brain is slipping. They're disinfectants. Yes. There's some disinfectants you might see labeled in the doctor's terms like iodine, and you might have seen it being used on people to clean things. Don't be putting it inside open wounds. Use something like grain alcohol. Next, if you see that the wound, you next determine whether how deep the wound is. If they're very lucky, you don't have to stitch it, and thus you can do a very tight bandage around it. But if they do have a need for it to be stitched, you can perform a continuous stitcher if you feel comfortable. This is something that will be showing at the end of
I feel
class.
so bad she can't sit down.
If the wound is bleeding heavily and there's not enough skin to close the wound, that sort of stuff, again, recommend getting them as fast as you can to the doctor. More extensive wounds like that require more intricate stitching to hold the skin together, or even more medical surgery is needed to close up the wound. And after the person is sutured and cleaned up, just make sure that they're okay. Make sure that when you do rinse them, sometimes there are things like claws. Is there something you need, Liv?
I was just wondering if the wound is very deep and needs stitches, but you want to get them to a doctor. What is the procedure? Can you put yarrow powder in a very deep wound?
Yarrow powder, because it's more of a natural ingredient. It's not something so abrasive as iodine. It
Okay.
can be packed into the wound to stop the bleeding.
Okay.
So yes,
Hmm?
but the more so you want to just try to apply pressure more than anything. Pressure is really good.
And typically after a wound is packed with yarrow powder, whoever does end up suturing that wound will need to flush it out of the wound before they can close it up.
Would it be acceptable for, because I mean, I'm speaking from my own experience. My hands shake a lot, so I wouldn't be comfortable stitching somebody up. Would it be possible to put some yarrow powder in there and bring them to a doctor? Would they be
Yes.
stable enough? Okay.
Yeah, that's the important thing is trying to stable them as much as you can, and then
Mhm.
rush them as fast as you can, but safely to the closest doctor or clinic to be taken care of. As far as other animal attacks, which is horse kicks, which is a very common one, we will more than likely discuss the results of we will be discussing the results of concussions later. But that is another common animal attack. Our horses they just like to kick us. And if you're short like me, sometimes it's just straight into the face. And when it's stuff like that, obviously you want to make sure that you have the person sit down if it's like a head injury, or if they were kicked in the ribs, again, you want to get them to the closest doctor. That can be something very severe. But other than that, that is a brief, not to death overall with animal attacks. Does anybody have any questions?
Well, uh,
You have a question?
You asked
I
it
do.
already.
I know. Class has to be moved every now and then.
I,
All right.
uh,
It's okay,
I,
Liv.
just I just so first we determine the severity of injury, then we assess the bleeding, then we rinse the injury, we clean the wound and assess the depth and if it requires stitching or not. Is that like when we come across somebody who like is laying down in the middle of, let's say, Brandywine, for example, bleeding out, you know, and we immediately just check the wounds and clean them. Is that what we do?
Yes. So, if something is bleeding super profusely, you may not want to waste time cleaning the wound. But
Okay.
the earlier you clean something, the lower the chances of that wound developing an infection. And infections are extremely dangerous. We want to avoid them at all costs.
Um,
So, yeah, cleaning them as early as possible, even before getting them to a more experienced doctor, can be very beneficial.
Okay, but in a life or death situation, is it better to
It's better to slow the bleeding.
okay, bleeding first. Got it.
Yes.
Yeah. Worry about the bleeding and then cleaning afterwards. You want to make sure the bleeding is slowing down or stopped.
Thank
Because
you.
there's no risk of infection if they bleed out. So
That's
Yep.
fair. Yeah.
yeah.
All
But
right.
on to the next step. Dr.
Yes.
Gafe.
All right. So I'm going to talk about procedures for treating gunshot wounds. Similar to what we want to do with the animal attacks, the first thing we're going to do is assess the wound. We want to determine if the bullet is still lodged, if the wound is a graze wound, or if the wound is a through and through. And for anyone who is not aware what a through and through is, it means that the bullet has entered the body and it has another exit site where the bullet has passed all the way through the tissue and muscle and out the other side. So we typically see this in limbs. But yes. The easiest to treat out of all of these is a graze wound. If the wound is a graze, it likely won't be bleeding very heavily. And with these, you can clean the wound, and then if you do feel comfortable, you can perform a continuous suture. However, for through and throughs and lodged bullet wounds, these are a little bit more complicated to treat. In these cases, the wound will be too deep for a continuous suture to completely close the wound. So instead, what you want to do first is clean the wound with grain alcohol. And then you're going to want to pack the wound with yarrow powder. If the bullet is still lodged in the wound, you want to leave that bullet in there until you can get them to a more experienced doctor, because that bullet is actually helping to prevent excess bleeding. If you remove that, they're likely to bleed heavily. After you pack with yarrow powder, you should bandage and apply pressure, and then get that individual to a doctor. And if it is a through and through and not a lodged bullet, you're going to need to pack it from both sides, both the entry and the exit. And that is about it for handling gunshot wounds. Are there any questions with that? Alrighty, then.
Seems like we all have experience with gunshot wounds. Huh?
Yeah.
The West is wild.
Don't have
Okay.
any experience with that.
None at all. Okay. Then Scarlett is going to continue with concussions.
If you are a klutz like me, you probably hit your head a few times. Am I right? All right. Now, one of the worst things that can happen when you get a head injury is getting a concussion. Even worse, a traumatic brain injury. So, if you're in an incident where someone may have your arch your Cassidy and you're hopping on the roofs of Saint Denis and you fall off,
Oh, boy.
or get kicked in the head by a horse, fall down a mountain, that sort of stuff. It can be very scary. First, you want to determine the severity of the impact. So usually there'll be physical signs if there's bleeding from the head, that sort of stuff. You also want to start checking to see if they have a more traumatic brain injury, and that would be seeing fluid, their cerebral fluid coming either from their nostrils or their ears. This is a very concerning sign if someone is showing this. Cerebral fluid is more of a light pinkish tone, and that's usually a sign that the brain is swelling and there's fluids building up due to the injury. So if that something like that is happening, you carefully, but as fast as you can, want to get them to the doctor because usually that's going to need more extensive help. But in the case that there is no cerebral fluid being shown, you want to go to the next step to make sure that your friend or the person who is injured is all right.
I'm gonna peek my head
So
outside.
when you're determining if they have concussion, there's a few different ways that you can do so. A few of them would be them being bothered by light and noise. They may seem dizzy, off balance, tired, complaining of their head hurting. Another huge indicator of a concussion is feeling nauseous and vomiting. They will feel sick, dizzy. They would also be a bit disoriented. They might not even think they have a concussion. Or if you have a light source, let it be a match, or if there's a candle nearby.
Guess still nothing.
Any questions? Yes.
But must be supervised. What are the signs to look for when you're supervising someone who has a brain injury and is sleeping?
Sometimes if you notice some risks that has with traumatic brain injuries is a person having seizures or going epileptic. So you want to pay attention to signs of like if they seem to be having more facial spasms or twitching, stuff like that. It could be a sign of them having small seizures. If they seem to be not breathing normal, ooh, I said that weird, breathing normally, uh, it's also very concerning. You want to make sure that you wake them up and get them alert. But other than that, yes, you can let them sleep, but just make sure you monitor them and check on their breathing, check on their well-being.
What should I do if they start having a seizure?
If they're having a seizure right then and there, the best thing to do is not fight against the body. You want to turn them to their side because a lot of times they lose control of their motor functions and they can end up choking on their own saliva. So you want to turn the person to their side. Make sure that you're not holding them because when a person is going through a seizure, their whole entire body and muscles do tense up and they honestly become one of the most strongest people you would ever encounter. And it's really risky for yourself and them if you try to fight them. And then just let them go through the seizure. You just have to let the person go through it. There's no way to stop a seizure when it's happening. After the seizure is done, you just want to get them to make sure that they're hydrated, make sure that they're breathing, because they'll come back from the seizure being confused and not realizing what's going on. And you want to get them to a doctor as fast as possible in case there is something like a cerebral fluid buildup in the brain.
Thank you.
No problem. Any more questions? Alrighty then.
Okay. Now, we've sort of gone through common injuries. Now we're going to start on the suture portion of the lesson. I'm going to start with some notes before we go into procedures on how to do a continuous suture and do a demonstration for you. So, doctors work with a variety of different needle types. Different shapes of needles are useful for different things, different types of wounds. Ones that you will see used most often are a straight needle. This kind of just looks like your regular sewing needle. And then a 3/8 needle, a 1/2 needle, or a 5/8 needle. These measurements just basically mean how curved the needle is. For example, a 5/8 is going to be much more curved than a 3/8. Now, there are two different common types of suture material that doctors here in state use, and that is silk versus catgut. Now, a foreword about this. Uses of suture material is something that different physicians in state have varying opinions on. The information that Scarlett and I are about to give you is what we were taught and what we have researched. In past lessons, certain individuals have talked behind our backs about this subject and called into question our expertise. This won't be tolerated. If you do have questions or concerns about what I'm about to talk about, please feel free to come talk to me afterwards. Sound good?
That sounds so good.
All right. So, the advantages and disadvantages of catgut. Catgut is good for internal wounds, but catgut does lose its strength retention within the body almost completely within the span of 1 to 2 weeks. Which means that inside the body, catgut, because it's made of collagen, deteriorates very quickly. So, catgut is especially useful in areas where tissue regenerates and heals very quickly. Another disadvantage of catgut is that it is weaker and less pliable than silk is. It can easily be stretched and snapped. Silk is very good for surface level wounds and for muscle damage. It's stronger, and sturdier than catgut is. So it's especially useful in areas where areas of muscle damage, because it can put up with more tension. But the thing about silk is that it takes a couple of years to dissolve inside of the body, and it can cause irritation. So there are benefits to both kinds of suture material. The main thing to remember is that the most important thing is getting a wound closed up and stopping bleeding. All right. And that is all I have on needles and suture material. And now Scarlett can go into suture procedures.
I'm devastated.
Before going forward, does anyone have any questions? Okay. Sorry. All right. So we went over this, the type of materials to use and the type of needles that there is. All right. Are you wanting me to stab the animal and do the thing?
If you must.
I can do
It's
it. I
already
don't mind.
dead, Lip.
Do it.
Do you know what, Lip? Do you? Never mind. I'm
Stab
not
the
gonna do
fucker.
that. I'm not gonna do it. I was gonna make you do it, Lip, but you know what? I'm just gonna yeah, I'll let me move out your way.
Hey.
Oh my, skinned and all. All right. Well, the person's been injured, and we determine through careful examination, like we discussed earlier, we've rinsed, checked the wound, checked the bleeding, all that sort of stuff. We have determined that they need a do not want to step on you, a continuous stitch. So I have my medical bag right here. Like we said, in each, I know that a lot of us won't be having medical bags with us, but if you do end up at a medical facility or one of the tents, they do carry supplies of suturing kits as well as needles. So, as we've discussed, there are different type of needles. It's understandable that in the moment of worry and concern, you might not know what the needle type, but do your best to, as long as it's curved to go through the skin, that's all that matters. You're going to want to then prep your needle with either silk or catgut. Let's see what my bag has. I got some silk on me. All right. So your needle is prepped. The wound has been cleaned and it's been sterilized, all that sort of stuff. A lot of times, at least for me, when I leave tents in different medical facilities, I like to clean and sterilize my sutures and leave them back. But it's up to you if you want to re-sterilize them. But out of safety and concern, I would recommend using grain alcohol to sterilize the needle and even the threading. All right. So after the needle has been sutured, with a continuous stitch, you want to insert it into the tissue at a diagonal angle. Right. As the needle is passing across the wound and onto the other side of the tissue, you're going to bring the needle out of the surface of the skin and repeat the process down the length of the wound. While
Hey,
you're
man.
doing this, you're going to make sure that they remain parallel and are. I mean, if you're
What do you have left to
like
get
this
AF?
fellow over here have
What?
like a ruler with
What do you mean AF?
you can make sure that they're at least 1/4 an inch apart.
Was that in
Affiliate.
metric for all of us?
No, I just need
goofy Europeans.
Yeah, please.
I need a certain amount of people
quarter
watching at a
inch
time.
Is,
Oh,
I'd
I'm
say
So
just
I need
under a
minimum of
centimeter.
3 viewers
Okay.
at a time.
Okay.
It's really small.
Thank you.
No problem.
That's an estimate.
Stinky Americans and their weird
Appreciate it,
messages.
brother.
We're the only one.
Gross.
We the only ones who do this, huh? We just have to be a little bit extra.
Yep.
All right. So as I'm going through and I'm reaching the other side of the room, I am making sure everything's being held together. And upon satisfaction of the stitching, I will then do a surgeon's knot or a square knot. We do have pictures of and diagrams of what's it called?
A
Ugh.
square knot or a surgeon's knot.
Yes. We do.
It's also called a reef knot. And I also have a diagram of what a continuous stitcher should look like. It's very helpful. So if any of you want that, I can hand it out to you.
Oh. Oh, all right.
Then afterwards, you just cut off the excess suturing, and then you should be set. Just make sure. What I like to do at the end of suturing is I grab like either a cotton ball or very gentle cloth, soft cloth, and I pour grain alcohol on it, and I gently clean and dab around the stitches, not rough because you don't want to risk breaking them, but at least to ensure that the outside is clean and disinfected. Afterwards, you want to cover up the wound. There's different ways to do so, either with the usual bandaging, or if you like to do the more natural route, some places carry pine tree sap, which is a natural adhesive and can help temper. It doesn't last as long, but it can help temporarily keep the sutures sealed. Would you like an up close look at what the sutures look like?
I think I have a very good view from here. Thank you.
Okay, like I said, front row, full experience.
Yeah.
All right.
You know what, Lip? I even named the buck after you.
Oh my.
Oh.
Lord.
I don't know
can't
what
get
to
up.
do
That's
with
not
this
threatening at all.
information.
You're welcome. Enjoy
Think
the
about
land.
it. Yeah, think about it. Like, when you're just in there in the shower and you're going through your deep thoughts and you think about the things that make you cringe that you've done, think about that there was a buck named after you that died. I'm so sorry.
Oy
In
vey.
fairness, I did name it posthumously.
I'm sorry, Liv.
Posthumously? Posthumously?
It means after it
Posthumously.
died.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's posthumously, but
Oh,
No,
but it
Posthumously?
is
I
very
say
humorous.
posthumously. It is.
Okay, posthumously if you want to say it that way.
anyway, are there any questions on the procedures? All right.
Medical questions in general that you feel like you would love to have asked, and we can help you with an answer. Yes. In the back.
Not for nothing. I didn't know when it would be a good time to bring this up. But I didn't really know where else to be looking for. I assume this is a place where there's folk with doctoring experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was coming over here to this lovely little lessons early on account of wanting to learn a little bit, but I might be needing some of that right now on account of a bad fall I took on my way here. Nothing has to happen now. Of course, I would hate to be interrupting this by any
It's
means.
fine. I can help you out.
We have the wonderful nurse Edwards.
Just don't want to interrupt anything, so I didn't know I
Oh
wanted to
no,
make
it's
mention
okay.
of it.
You
No,
should
you're
have.
all good.
Oh no, you're fine. Your health is important. But Nurse Edwards looks like she's gonna be able to help you and make sure you're all good.
That'll be mighty
Who
appreciated.
is speaking?
Aw.
I can't see you.
I fell in the
Sitting in
back.
the back.
Hello.
Hello there.
Yeah.
Just a couple of announcements before we
Oh.
wrap up.
Absolutely.
The first thing is that
I
the
wonder for
Committee of
that.
Medicine has established a doctor's fund, which doctors can apply to receive payment every month. We don't have very many applicants right now, so if people could help spread the word, or if any of you are medically qualified and would be interested in pay, feel free to come talk to me or send me a letter. Doctors, you deserve to be paid for the work you do. Secondly, we are hiring and accepting apprentices for Rose and Marigold. We believe that learning first aid is the first step to anyone's medical education, and we would love to continue teaching any of you that are interested. If you are interested in either of those things, please feel free to come talk to me or Scarlett.
Benefits of working with Rose and Marigold is you will get we so far have a nice team of doctors who will help with your training. We also have a really extensive library full of medical knowledge, books, notes, research from different doctors across the Americas and such that can help you on your medical journey.
All right.
Oh, also, last thing I forgot. The legislators, state representatives are going to be hosting something to help support doctors too. Like mentioned, the Committee of Medicine is now working on ways of paying doctors. So, Archer Cassidy, myself, and look, I cannot speak, and Lee Colt will be hosting a little thing, not a little thing, but a big thing at the Kerrigan this Saturday at 7 Eastern Stars. And there will be raffles, drinks, gambling, all that sort of stuff. It's going to be a good time, and the money earned from that event will be going to paying doctors.
And there's also one on Wednesday at the Four Horsemen Saloon.
Next Wednesday?
I think so.
What's
It's
today?
the last day. No, it's the last day of when you can apply for the doctor's fund for this month. So
Oh, okay.
next one, right?
Next Monday. So it'll be next Wednesday.
Yeah, next Wednesday.
Yes.
That's the one.
Oh, awesome. Well, there, we got
Wonderful.
2 upcoming events that will help benefit doctors across the state.
I'm
Go
gonna
ahead,
get this
Jason.
deer out of the. Well,
Thank you.
of
Finally,
course. Thank
I'm
you all
going
for
to be
coming.
passing you all out some goodie bags. Inside these goodie bags has medicine that has been crafted by our pharmacy. There will be stuff like yarrow powder, some bone broth, different teas. Some have aloe vera in it. So I'm going to be handing them out to you. Here's one for you, Mr. Michael. There you
Wow,
go.
we're getting gift bags too.
It's a little bags with medicine for you guys.
Thank you.
Consider it a little mini first aid kit.
Thank you very much.
Save it for everyone, Scarlett. I've already got.
I spent way too much money on this for you to reject it, Tony.
No, it's not an option.
No is not an option today.
God bless.
Here, 2 for you.
Thank you,
2
sweetheart.
for you, 2 cuties.
Thank you.
Here you go. Oh,
Very
here
nice.
you go, Liz.
Thank you.
Problem. So sorry.
Mr. Blackwell, I told you. I told you,
Wait, is
Mr.
this
Blackwell.
Yako?
No.
Here you go.
What?
Here you go. Dubois, right? Wait,
We,
What are we doing, Brian?
might be wrong. Thought you were someone else.
Yeah,
I am so
of
sorry.
course.
Hello.
I,
You're, I thought you were somebody that I saw who was at the hospital earlier this week. Here you go.
Looks like a
thank you
champ.
very much.
No problem. And for you, here you go. I thought there was somebody upstairs. Is there someone upstairs hiding from
There
me?
is.
Yeah.
I can see them.
I see you. I'm gonna come up there and I'm gonna give it to you. Where's Josie? I'm missing my doctor in arms.
She disappeared. Wow.
She disappeared.
Yeah.
Today
Is
we're
that
also
part of
learning
the-
magic.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that part of the curriculum?
Yes. The disappearing act. Thank you guys for coming. I have no idea where Josie went.
Thank
She might
you.
have went to go check on the gentleman who was hurt. But thank you guys for coming. Again, if you are interested in doing medical or would like to learn, feel free to reach out to me or Josie. Send us a telegram or letter, and we can help you out. And if you do have questions that you remember later on, also you can send that to us as well.
Well, thank you, Madam Scarlett, Madam Josie, for putting this
Thank you.
together. It's very appreciated.
Indeed.
You're
Thank you very much for this lesson.
Thank you.
No, thank you guys
All
for
right, let's
coming.
get going.
I'm just happy that there's people who would
Okay.
love to learn more. You
Absolutely.
guys are awesome.
You are.
No,
Thank you again.
No,
Of
you
course.
are.
Thank you, all of you. You take care.
Aw, take care. Take care. I have no idea where Josie is. I'm just gonna stand here awkwardly and smile and wave.
Gonna
Wait,
be dead
my
honest, I
body
didn't
is
listen.
enough of a shape. I'm gonna stand in front of it.
What are you grinning at?
You're gonna see a
Where's
big
it going?
mountain, you guys.
Nathan,
Hey, Nathan.
Where is
Hello.
it? Who's standing right there?
Hi, Nathan.
That's not me.
Hello.
That's not me.
Let's see if there's any law here yet. Check telegram.
That is me. Wow, why does my head look like a thumb? That shadow of this
That as well. They play a role in all of that.
Blame for what?
I mean, society has a pretty good way of directing what people do.
I got nothing.
Nah.
Okay. You want to check the...
Yeah, I'm gonna walk down
Hmm.
here.
Okay.
Because I would like to apply.
um
Foggy.
Please don't make this about.
Alright. Up in here.
I'll be back soon.
Hello?
Hello. I was told to talk to the law.
Sure. Are you, Mr. Augusti?
Yes, I am.
Alright, you want to step inside the office?
Yeah. Would you feel more comfortable if I put my gun belt on the table?
Yeah, that would probably be for the best.
Okay.
And a new posters of Diamond.
Can, take a seat if you want.
Sure.
So, someone told you to come talk to us? What about?
I don't know. I was kind of hoping you guys would help me out. I was told the law wanted to interview me.
Who told you that?
Lip Darman.
I see. And your full name is Leonardo Agosti, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I'm afraid to tell you, Mr. Agosti, there is a warrant out for your arrest.
Pertaining to what?
Let me take a look. It's like you attempted to kill Levan Benashvili.
I did. Really? Well, I will not stand in the way of you guys doing your job.
Stand in the way? Are you confessing to the crime?
No. I'm saying I'm not guilty.
Alright.
We can wait for guilty and not guilty when we have you in a cell and you're being processed.
Well, it is your right to plead not guilty, of course. Give me a moment.
Hmm.
All right, Mr. Augusti, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get a picture taken care of you, and then we're gonna go from there. Okay?
Yeah, whatever you
Just
guys need.
for all records, you know, even if someone's getting detained, sometimes we might need to take a picture of that person.
Okay. If that's what you guys need to do.
Just letting you know, Mr. Augusti, you are under arrest today for the attempted murder of Levan Benashvili, and as well as some assault charges. I will explain them to you more once you are in the cell and once my deputies take care of you, okay?
As you wish.
Follow me.
Just let me know where you want me.
All right, so you're gonna have your back faced against this law, looking towards my deputy. Can you do that for me?
Look just straight at you.
Yep, just right at my deputy right there.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Mr. Augusti, we're gonna get you loaded into a cell now, okay?
All right.
So the way this, have you ever been arrested?
No, sir.
Okay, so the way this is gonna work is, I'm gonna step into that cell with you to
Okay.
pat you down, look for anything. If you do anything to try to harm me, hurt me, or escape that cell, my deputies are authorized to use lethal force against you, okay?
Yeah. You won't have to worry about that.
Please step in the cell.
All right.
Turn around, face the bars. There you go. I'm not seeing anything that really sticks out to me.
I don't have anything on me. I already put my gun belt on the front desk. So I have nothing on me. Outside of some trinkets or food.
Never be too careful.
No, you're doing your job.
He's clean.
All right, Mr. Agosti. So on when was this? October the 12th, I believe. You met with Levan, and you were with some of the other Castillos. You remember that day?
I do, ma'am.
Can you tell me what happened that day?
I was. Can you hear me okay from here?
Yeah, I can hear
Okay. I was there I was there with members of my family to mediate a conversation that warranted an apology from Levon. Henrietta Fieldhole was mediating the conversation, and Levon did not apologize appropriately and egged me on and started to psychoanalyze me and told me I am a prime candidate for one of his patients to receive help. He started bringing my family into it. We had a heated argument, and that's about all that happened. I said some pretty choice words to Levon and Henrietta, but that's about it. I have a long history with Levon, and so he knows how to goad me pretty well, unfortunately.
And was that all that you remembered? Just that you had a conversation and then left?
Yeah, we just had an argument and we parted ways.
At any point, did you have a gun out during this conversation?
I did not know.
So you said you had some choice words for Henriette and Levan. Do you remember any specifics of what you said? Any
Yeah.
threats, anything like
Yeah,
that?
I do. I was yelling at Levon, basically just fuck you, and I was insulting Henrietta's integrity as a doctor for allowing Levon onto the Committee of Medicine. And I was upset that he was psychoanalyzing me and getting under my skin and insulting my family as well as myself. He was just being provocative, and so I got provocative back.
And who were the other people that were there that day?
It was the Four Horsemen people. Not sure all who was there, but I know Lip, Darman, and Agatha Baumstumpf were there. Some of my people were there. I think it was Yakko Finke and Nathan Blackwell and Nino Moretti, if I recall correctly.
And were all these people witness to this argument?
Yes.
After the argument, did your people and the Four Horsemen people leave the area?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, just give me a second. I'm just writing this
No,
down.
you're fine.
And where did the conversation take place?
In front of Caliga Hall. One second.
And where did you end up after the conversation at Caliga?
What was that? I'm sorry.
It's okay. Where did you end up after the conversation at Caliga?
I went back to Saint Denis. I went home. I talked to my fiance for a little bit, trying to cool down and forget the day. I talked with her with a little bit on my porch, and then we went to bed.
Time for this.
Give us a moment.
Oh,
Two of them are under arrest. They have warrants.
everyone's favorite Brits.
Alright, well, we have to handle this a bit carefully. Because obviously we have
They'll,
a situation that takes
they'll try
priority.
something. Be careful.
I know. What was that? What sorts of complaint is he making? About the deputy?
That's
I
rich
mean,
coming
you
from them.
can take his statement and then give it to me, yeah.
Somebody stole my horse. Are you kidding? Witness to it all. Do you remember?
I'm sorry.
Can you put your gun belt on the desk, sir, please?
All right.
That is in fact my name. Hello, yes.
Yes, you were a witness to it all. Do you remember?
I was, yes. I'm also a witness to you attempting to assault my recruit.
What? Who was the guy that threw water on me?
At this time, I'm not privileged to reveal any names of any of the deputies involved in that situation.
Well, he's the one I need to make a complaint about, so of course I need his name. All right, yes, wonderful. So, I was.
Alright, just keep your voice down, please. I'll get you all finished up here, okay?
Yeah. Saw them kill a cat the other day at church.
The one in the office was us?
Oh,
Or the Alan and Felix?
it was one of them, but in Rhodes the other day, I was told about it at the Isaac O'Neill's wake the other day. They killed Felix's cat.
Jesus.
And threw it on the doorstep and mocked him for it. Bunch of sick bastards.
I'd be inclined to agree. Just one more question. You left the conversation at Gallagher. Did you leave with the Four Horsemen people?
Yes, I left with Lip, Agatha, and maybe there was one other, I forget. It was a while ago. But I know Agatha and Lip for sure.
Alright, and you mentioned that you went home. Did you separate at some point, or?
No, my fiance and I shared the horse, and we went home. I live at the, house next to the governor's mansion.
And who is your fiance?
Agatha Bromstumpf.
Oh, okay.
Bromstumpf.
All right. So, Mr. Agosti,
Yes, ma'am.
some of the statements here are conflicting, so I am still going to be placing you under arrest for the charges today.
That's fine.
I will explain to you the charges, and you can make your plea.
Okay.
There is 1 count of assault, 1 count of aggravated assault. That is a times 4 multiplied because it was made against a government official. 1 count kidnapping and 1 count attempted second. How do you plead today?
Not guilty.
All right. Do you wish to go on bail for these charges?
How much is bail?
Bail would be $100 and would be returned to you after the court date if you do not violate the bail conditions. I will also go over the bail conditions with you.
Yeah.
All right. Give me a moment here. All right, so I will be filing a criminal complaint for the case, and you can follow up with the federal government in that. For now, your bail conditions are as followed.
Okay.
You will be considered on probation, and you may be searched at any time by an officer of the New Alexandria Sheriff's Department or the Marshal's Office.
Okay.
If you are convicted of a crime while on bail, you will be subject to 200% of the time, so double the time of all new crimes committed.
Okay.
You may not leave the state of New Alexandria. If you do, you will be deemed an outlaw and be subject to a public bounty.
Okay.
You may not be in possession of any firearms while on probation.
Okay.
If you violate the bail terms at any time, the money that you give to me today will be forfeit, and your bail may be revoked, depending on the severity.
Okay.
And
In
once you... Sorry, go on.
In terms of self-defense, what am I able to do if something does happen?
You may carry a bow and a knife if you so wish. You just cannot carry any firearms.
Okay.
If you are defending yourself, then you are very much within your full legal rights to do so.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Of course. And lastly, once you
Atox,
appear
thanks for
in
the follow,
court,
man.
the bail is to be paid back to you.
Okay. And I do have bail money in the bank. How would I get that to you guys appropriately?
We can escort you to the bank right now if that is okay.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
All right.
Whatever you guys feel comfortable with, I'll cooperate.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, let my other deputies know. All right, let's take you over to the bank.
All right.
Cortez, can you work with?
Yeah, these doors are a pain. Should be good.
For your safety and ours, we're gonna have our weapons in hand.
Oh, that's fine. I do the same thing. Thank you for
Do you
grabbing
have
that.
some of your friends outside?
They're probably wondering what's going on. But yeah, they are outside probably. Hey, Archie.
Hey.
I would say be careful because the Brit people have been running around like crazy in town.
That's
Oh,
why we have our
good.
weapons drawn. Thank you, ma'am.
Came to the office.
Oh my god.
From what I understand, you keep Mr. Flynn Delaney on retainer, correct?
Yes, he is my lawyer.
We're going to be turning towards the back. Well, I will make sure the clerks are notified that Mr. Delaney will be on proper retainer
Keep it to a
and
trot, please.
other things are going to be down pat for your case, sir.
Okay.
As well as being a deputy, I represent the assistant. I am an assistant attorney general.
Oh, you are?
Yes, more than likely, I will be either directly working on your case or a legal assistant on your case.
Oh, okay. I had no idea. What's your name?
Pierre Roberts, sir.
Pierre Robertson?
Pierre Roberts.
Roberts.
Yes.
Okay. I had no idea. Congratulations.
Please step inside, withdraw the required amount.
Alright. $100.
Correct.
Okay, who should I give that to?
You can hand it to me.
Okay.
Lieutenant, did you explain bail conditions, or would you like me to?
Yeah, I understand my bail conditions, officer.
Your friends over there, I guess I can hand them your gun belt, probably.
Yeah. And no guns, no crime. Don't leave the state. Everything like that.
Correct.
If I am to defend myself, it'll be with a knife or a bow and arrow.
Somebody will reach out to you that is going to be your bail. What do we call it now?
Parole officer.
Yes, the parole officer. The parole officer will reach out to you.
Yeah.
And they'll give you all of the required information for that.
Okay. How often will they set how often I meet with my parole officer, or?
Yes.
Okay. So they'll figure that out.
They'll probably reach out to you because right now we don't have too many parole officers, and time differences makes it difficult sometimes.
Okay.
If you do not receive one, the client will appoint certain times for you to check in with any deputy at any office, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
Alright, who can I give your gun belt to?
The ginger-haired lady. My fiance.
This is Mr. Agosti. He cannot be carrying any firearms while on bail, alright? Alright, Mr. Agosti, you can follow up with the courts, but if you have any questions, you can reach out to me. I am Lieutenant Valeria Cortez.
Okay.
Alright, you all stay safe, okay? And
Alright.
if you see Felix or Alan, please send us a telegram.
Yeah, that's gonna be exciting. I always love talking with them.
Last time seen going down towards the telegram office.
They're probably
Alright. Take a
look. Thank you, sir.
They're probably
Yeah, we'll go-
harassing people down there.
We'll go take a look.
Grazie, officers.
Be safe.
fuck?
Well, I'm on parole. I have a court case. I'm officially being charged.
For what?
Assault, attempted second-degree murder, several assault charges stacked because they were on a government official.
Government official. Oh yeah.
I'm okay though. I'm on parole, and Flynn Delaney's gonna be my lawyer. We're gonna go to court and get the charges whittled down to minimum.
I think also Flynn knows other people he can bring in to help you, so have more lawyers.
Yeah, and that gentleman, the guy in the white beret, the white flat cap, he's an assistant attorney general, and he'll be helping with my case to help defend me. And my behavior will be taken into account, and I'm gonna just try to say that it was a crime of passion. If they do get me, I pled not guilty, so I'll have to argue the charges. I can't have a gun or do anything criminal or leave the state. I can have my gun belt, but not, can't have a gun. I'll have a parole officer check in with me, and the courts will reach out to me and set the time and date for everything.
Okay, so not really too many of changes beside of having guns then.
Yeah.
Okay.
You okay, sweetheart?
I told
okay,
everyone
I'm
what I
fine.
thought it was about. I made it clear the only thing we did was the meeting and left.
Yes, that's exactly what I told them. They said they got conflicting reports from horseman people, so that's why they arrested me.
Okay,
Horseman
because
people.
what?
What did they mean with horseman people?
They
They-
questioned.
They didn't elaborate.
them as well.
The only person I know they questioned is Lip. But
They
that
questioned
might
me
have
too,
been,
but
I told Lip
we
to tell them
didn't
what,
say
exactly what happened.
anything.
I
There's
just said we went home after the argument.
It's easy to contradict everything that Levan is saying because we have letters and rumors being spread by him to slander our name, the Four Horsemen name. You can use this as fuel and to make this another case of pointing it at us when it was someone else.
Yeah. I'm very confident we can whittle these things down. I'm not worried about it.
If Lip told them what I told him to say, the only thing they know is that you guys separated from us.
Yes, that's the only thing we both said. That
Yeah.
and the last thing, things were getting heated. Levan got aggressive and say, and
He was
said I didn't hear
psychoanalyzing me
what-
and insulting me and all that shit.
I say I didn't hear what he was saying, so I said I just saw him being aggressive and leaving, and I said to my brother, "Let's go," and we left with Yako, and we saw you leaving on a horse, but I don't know where, and you arrived very quickly after us, so the Four Horsemen.
Yeah.
That's what we said.
Well, I told them why I went straight home, but I can recollect a detail or two.
I said I didn't really notice you were there, so
The thing is, what I said,
didn't say I saw you.
Let's go walk to my horse. I gotta put my gun away.
What I said to the rest here now, after the discussion, we went all back to the Four Horsemen and split off from there.
Then I said I didn't stay at the Forest Man long because I went.
Yeah.
I don't remember where I went with Lip, but we were.
We should agree that all went back to the Four Horsemen. Weren't there for. We just were there for a short time and split off when we were done with everything else.
Yeah,
We were done for the day.
It is what it is. And the best thing I could do right now is behave and be a well-mannered, well-respected citizen who's playing by the rules, who's being polite, and following parole to a T. I'll consult with my lawyer. We'll get the charges whittled down. Worst case scenario, a little bit of time in Sisika.
Okay.
I'll have a criminal record, but if I serve my time and do everything well, I can get that stuff cleared up pretty easy.
It's gotta be a minimal.
can only have a clearing once though, so careful.
Well, I'm not gonna do it now, but it's in my
Yeah,
pocket.
Yes.
Okay. What do you think, Archie?
I think there's a few things, well, actually a lot of things working to your advantage. I think
Outside that he's mentally ill?
outside of that, I mean, let's put it this way, right? Just from within the government, I can tell you guys for sure that the AG's office is an absolute fucking tatters. You're very likely to maybe be able to use the fact that you have a right to a speedy trial to your advantage, and maybe even request immediate bail, which is not a guilty plea. and
Well,
just
I
forego the
did
cell
pay for bail. I am on
Okay, you
bail.
already paid for it. Okay, perfect.
It was $100.
So aside from that, just, you have certain rights that you can keep in mind.
You're trying
Yeah,
to
yeah.
intimidate me, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's what I-
continue, Archie.
Sorry, I'm just like reading over all
No, you're good.
I can at the minute.
So, what
that
we
being
should
said,
do-
if you want more legal power, I know I have a few friends that are not part of the AG's office anymore that are very, very talented lawyers.
I'm saying get Flynn and everyone else we can get to this one.
Yeah,
Many
we
more
build a
lawyers we
strong
have.
legal team, and we plead our case that obviously he's mentally ill and aggressive with a past history of violence.
And they are... On what grounds did they detain you? Like, what evidence did they have that you did this?
They didn't say. They got a statement from Henrietta, and they got a statement from Levon, and that was enough for them.
And
I'm getting
that's gonna be a he
attempted
said, she
second, assault, aggravated assault ×4. Because
Why?
it was against Henrietta.
Oh. Oh. No, okay. Makes sense. Yeah. No, I'll reach out to some people I know and see if they are able to help us out.
Yeah, reach out to Flynn as well. Tell him, get his game face on.
Yeah, we'll do.
So you said that other deputy that was in all black with the white beret cap was gonna help us?
He's assistant attorney general. His last
he's
name's
an
Roberts.
AAG, which essentially means that he's a lawyer.
Yeah.
So
He said he's going to be involved with my trial. Assistant Attorney General Roberts. I think it was Pierre or something. His first name.
He was the person who told me that you were basically all ready to go to Sisika.
Am I in Sisika?
No. So yeah.
There you go.
That's good.
If they really wanted to slam me, they would have slammed me. But it sounds like it's...
This just shows off how much they really got. They don't have enough to put it in.
I
right
was
now.
gonna say, I don't think they have enough.
Yeah, they don't. The thing is, realistically speaking, if they...
Just give it a minute.
But basically what I was saying is that they don't got much ammunition outside of 2 statements.
And having us showing up now with all the legal advice, it shows also how much good connections we have and what good we have done. There's nothing against us. There's rumors.
One misdeed doesn't paint someone a criminal or like punish it, like, because this is my first offense. This is the first time being arrested. This is first for everything. So they have to take that into consideration as well.
I'm gonna head back to my place. You guys...
Yeah, I'll start walking that way.
Yep. Good night. Oh,
Yeah, have a
careful.
good night.
Good night, Nathan.
I did. Your names were mentioned that you were there for the meeting, Yakko, and all that stuff, but I just said we all left after the argument. I said some foul shit to them. I got angry at Henrietta. And I
I
yelled
mean,
at
that's what happened, right?
yeah,
You left.
that's what happened. I yelled at Henrietta for being incompetent, and then I yelled at hello.
There.
And then I yelled at Levon for being a piece of shit. It's basically left after that. I don't know. I'm pretty confident.
He said trial.
Exactly.
I'm pretty confident that this will
Need
work
to be in
out.
my head for a second.
Okay.
I'm really confident we can get rid of all the charges with all the legal help we can get.
Can't we just like sue Levon back for defamation or
We can do
whatever?
that
It has to be Lip. We can't do it. Lip has to do it, and Lip already
Lip
said he's
doesn't
not gonna
want to.
do it.
No, Lip's not gonna go to court again.
Yeah,
Again, no.
he's not gonna do that, so that option's closed. And we can't do it on his behalf. And defamation's very hard to prove in court. You have to have an extensive paper trail, multiple witnesses, and prove intent.
Interesting. Yeah, I think the fact that they offered you bail says a lot, because technically they didn't have to.
Hey, did you guys see the Brits come by chance?
There, yeah.
No.
A while ago.
They're like 10, 15 minutes ago by telegram.
Law has already gone down.
Law
and
talked to
checked,
them
so-
already.
I meant more recent, yeah, but yeah. Thank you.
If I see them, I'm gonna deal with themselves and you take them.
That's fair. We're just chasing a stolen horse this time.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, they stole my horse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, though.
All
Love you.
right.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So, just...
Okay, that might have been indirectly mine and Nathan's fault.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Mess.
I mean, we stole their horses, so...
I'm not saying it was a terrible idea. I'm just saying. Like,
You're lucky it
This
didn't
time
put
it
me in
wasn't-
trouble.
This time it wasn't my idea.
Yeah.
You're lucky they didn't targeted me when they came back.
I mean, you stayed there?
Yes, I stayed there.
Leo,
I would
how were you
steal
treated
horses.
while you were in there, in the office?
I mean,
I treated them with respect, and they treated me with respect. I think the only one that talked the most was the Assistant Attorney General. He was kind of the commander-in-chief in charge. Miss Cortez, who handed you my gun belt, sweetheart, she talked to me, she interviewed me in the cell. But the Assistant Attorney General Roberts was the you know, stand here, do this, do that. But he wasn't a dick, he was just doing his job. But he was firm.
It's fantastic. Thank
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna walk down to the telegram station and
you know what blows my mind?
reach out to some people.
With Flynn too.
What?
Cool.
It blows my
Be back.
mind that the Brits were in front of the sheriff's office and they didn't do anything.
Oh, I saw them interview him. They were talking to him the entire time. They
Felix
didn't
is a
do
fucking
anything.
Bounty.
I know they didn't do anything. They were. I told them about the cat, and that disgusted them.
They have enough.
I
Like
heard about
you're
that,
already
yeah.
standing in there. They can just dealt with them and just.
I wasn't gonna do anything anyway. I was
Yeah.
just sitting on the bed.
You were in the prison, the cage.
Yes,
You
I
could've-
was locked in
you
the
could've done
cell.
anything. So I don't get why they did not just grab them. They truly are.
I don't know, but that I think that's the reason I'm out right
I
now.
don't- Yeah, probably they're after them right now, but yeah, I don't know how it works really. It's a mystery.
We even gave them a second chance by stealing their horses.
Okay, well, I just have to wait and see it here from the courts. I'm sorry if I'm stressing you out, sweetheart.
It's okay. It's not your fault.
I've heard about a lot of prisoners being set free because the court cases took too long.
Well, they'll try
Apparently
with...
that happens a lot.
They sort of set free. The case is still open, but they just sort of abandon but not abandon.
Yeah.
It's nonsense, but it happened.
Yeah.
I don't think it will be the case right now, but we'll see.
But the thing is, we just relax and the focus will be the court case. Everyone keeps a clean nose. This is everyone be very polite to the police. Don't do anything unless it's urgent. Well, everything's gonna be fine.
Unless we're being attacked, yeah.
This will be
So,
done and over in no time.
No more collecting tools.
Yeah, put a hold on that. I don't even want to risk it right now. Just let them do their thing. Once everything is said and done, once the court case is done, once all that's settled, we can start again.
All right, I'll tell the associates.
Yeah, appreciate it. Okay. If there's not anything else, I'm gonna go home and prepare for court.
Amari, do you have something to eat? Because I think I'm getting dizzy.
Do that. Get something to eat. Get some
Here.
rest.
All right, I have pocket donuts, pocket carrot cake, pocket.
It's okay. I got.
I'll do the apple.
Thank you. Yeah,
Pocket hardtack, tavern biscuits, strawberries, pocket eggs, dumplings, bacon, pudding, and
Got a whole fucking grocery store on you.
I
food
have
rest.
nothing edible on me, except
I mean, if
water,
you don't
have
because
a
I
pocket
always
donut.
forget. I have
Do you have
everything at
pocket
home. It's
bacon?
just that I.
I have what? What did you say, Nino?
not even pocket bacon.
No,
No,
I have
this time I
nothing.
don't. Usually I do have pocket bacon, but...
All right, I'm gonna go home. I got a lot to think about and a lot to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait.
Okay, you take care, guys.
Sleep well.
I will. Take it easy, guys. Are you mad?
I'm not mad. I'm worried.
Well, maybe your brother will get what he wants and maybe lock me up and throw away the key.
That's not what it was, Elio. Come on. A lot has happened, okay? But it doesn't want anything bad happening to you. It still likes you. It's just scared.
Scared of me, I'm the problem.
He's scared of all the guests he use. Not only you.
Just want to help. That's all I want to do.
I know. That's... He's sensible, sensitive with all those things, and he's a good person. So with what happened with Levan, it scared him. You need to understand that what the family is doing, that's not the common of the people what we're used to.
I know. I just wish he liked me.
He likes you. It's messy. It's complicated.
If you are,
If he didn't know you were, if he wasn't sure you were a good man, I don't think he would have let me marry you. I think he would have done everything possible to stop me.
I know.
You're
It's just on my heart, that's all.
I know. But that comes with the title. I know, I'm sorry. But I'm not afraid of you. And I love you.
I love you very much. And I'll be fine. Just so you know, I will be fine. Even if it's just a short stint at Sisika, that's a worst case scenario. But
Yeah, okay. Just, I don't want to lose you.
not gonna lose me at all. I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna be okay. You can... Even if I do go, even if, that's a big if. Even if I do go to Siska, you can still visit me, no problem. Alright? And that's, and I'm not, it's not a forever thing. I'm not gonna die. Nothing extreme's gonna happen. Alright? Nothing, it's not, nothing extreme's happening. Right now I'm on bail, I'm on parole. And then I'll get the court case to whittle down the charges, possibly get me off the hook. Either way, everything's gonna be okay, I promise, alright? Everyone's gonna be best behavior, everyone's full stop on everything, you heard. Me tell everyone, we're gonna stop everything and just enjoy life. Do the court case, everything will be calm, everything will be collected.
Down in Saint Denis.
Alright? Everything will be okay, I promise.
Okay.
Alright? Okay, give me a hug. Okay. Alright. It's okay, I'm not going anywhere.
Okay.
Alright? You're not gonna lose me. Everything's gonna be fine. I'm not mad at anybody. Nothing's wrong. Relax, alright? We'll be okay. We will be okay.
That was a gunshot. Fuck. Excuse me.
Everything's okay. So, we're just gonna relax at home and everything's gonna be fine, alright?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's get inside.
Yeah. Love you.
Love you.
Alright, guys. I appreciate the follow and the views, and I appreciate you guys hanging out. A 2-hour short stream, but kind of needed to happen. I'm excited. Hopefully, good things will come of this little drama stuff. So, appreciate you guys' support, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.